Push yourself to be happy even when life is hard. Not because life suddenly becomes fair, not because pain disappears, and not because circumstances magically improve, but because happiness is a discipline before it is ever a feeling. Most people wait for permission to be happy. They wait for money, for love, for success, for healing, for validation, for everything to line up perfectly. But life does not reward those who wait. Life responds to those who decide. There will be seasons where waking up feels heavy, where the air feels thick, where your thoughts attack you before your feet touch the ground. In those moments, happiness will not come naturally. It must be chosen deliberately. And that choice is not fake. It is not denial. It is strength. It is rebellion against despair. Understand this deeply. Pain is unavoidable, but misery is optional. Pain visits everyone. Misery stays only where it is welcomed. Hard seasons are not proof that you are failing. They are evidence that you are alive, growing, and being shaped. Pressure does not destroy diamonds, it reveals them. Fire does not weaken gold, it purifies it. When life is hard, your mind will lie to you. It will say, this is permanent. It will say, you are alone. It will say, this is the end of the road. But hardship has never been a final destination. It is a training ground. It is preparation. It is resistance building spiritual muscle. Happiness in hard times is not laughter every day. It is not pretending everything is fine. It is the quiet decision to keep your heart soft in a hard world. It is choosing gratitude when complaining would be easier. It is choosing hope when cynicism feels safer. It is choosing faith when fear seems logical. You must push yourself because no one else can do it for you. Motivation will not knock on your door every morning. Encouragement will not always be available. Some days you will be your only cheerleader. And that is not weakness. That is leadership of the self. Hard seasons reveal character. Anyone can smile when life is easy. Anyone can be positive when things are going their way. But when life strips you down, when plans fail, when people leave, when prayers feel unanswered, that is when real happiness becomes an act of courage. Push yourself to get out of bed even when you don't feel like it. Push yourself to take care of your body even when your heart feels tired. Push yourself to speak kindly to yourself when your inner voice turns cruel. Push yourself to keep going when quitting feels justified. Your emotions are real, but they are not always reliable. Feelings change. Truth does not. You may feel weak, but you are not powerless. You may feel forgotten, but you are not abandoned. You may feel broken, but you are not beyond repair. There is something dangerous about surrendering to sadness for too long. It starts to feel familiar, comfortable, predictable. And comfort and sadness can slowly become an identity. That is why you must push back, not with anger, but with intention. Happiness is built in small, defiant acts. Choosing to smile at a stranger. Choosing to pray even when you don't feel spiritual. Choosing to work hard even when no one notices. Choosing to believe that this chapter is not the whole story. Life will test you. It will test your patience, your faith, your endurance. And those tests are not meant to break you. They are meant to teach you how strong you already are. Every hard day you survive adds weight to your resilience. You were not created to be ruled by circumstances. You were created to rise above them. Your environment does not define your destiny. Your mindset does. When you push yourself toward happiness, you are declaring that life does not get the final word. You do. There will be days when happiness feels forced. Let it be forced. Discipline always comes before desire. Athletes train before they win. Leaders prepare before they are recognized. And strong people choose joy before they feel it. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. One positive thought will not change your life, but repeated positive choices will. One hard day will not defeat you, but giving up will. Stay in the fight. Stay standing. Your future self is watching you right now, watching how you respond to difficulty, watching whether you collapse or rise, watching whether you become bitter or better. The version of you that is coming needs you to stay strong today. Push yourself to be happy not because life is easy, but because you refuse to let hardship steal your soul. Push yourself because darkness only wins when you stop fighting. Push yourself because hope is a decision before it is an emotion. There is a quiet power in refusing to let hard days turn you into a hard person. Life will try. It will test how much disappointment you can carry before you shut down, how much loss you can absorb before you stop believing, how much delay you can endure before you decide that hope is foolish. And yet, the strongest people are not those who never struggle, but those who struggle without surrendering their joy. Happiness during hardship is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. It is steady. It is grounded. It is the calm decision to keep moving forward, even when every step feels heavier than the last. It is the inner agreement you make with yourself that says, I may be tired, but I'm not done. Hard moments slow time, minutes stretch, nights feel longer. And in those stretched out spaces, your thoughts grow louder. Regret shows up uninvited. Fear pulls up a chair. Doubt starts telling stories about who you are and where you're headed. This is where happiness becomes an act of mental discipline. You must learn to interrupt the noise. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every emotion deserves control. You can acknowledge pain without letting it rule your decisions. You can feel sadness without letting it decide your future. Emotional maturity is not the absence of feeling. It is the mastery of response. Push yourself to protect your mind. Guard what you consume. Guard what you replay. Guard the conversations you allow yourself to have internally. Because a mind constantly fed with negativity will eventually believe it is truth. And a mind trained in hope will find light even in dark places. Life does not get easier because you complain about it. Complaining drains energy. Responsibility builds strength. When you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Everything changes. Pain stops being pointless. Struggle stops being random. Even suffering begins to carry meaning. Happiness grows when you attach purpose to your pain. When you realize that this season is shaping something in you that comfort never could. Patience, endurance, compassion, wisdom. These traits are not developed in ease. They are forged in difficulty. Push yourself to keep standards even when life lowers its pressure on you. Keep showing up on time. Keep your word. Keep your integrity intact. Keep your routines. Stability in chaos is a form of happiness most people overlook. Order becomes a lifeline when everything else feels uncertain. Some days you will not feel strong. That does not mean you are weak. Strength is not always loud confidence. Sometimes strength is simply not quitting. Sometimes it is getting through the day without applause. Sometimes it is choosing not to self-destruct when no one would stop you. There will be moments when happiness feels unreachable. When you wonder if you've forgotten how it feels. In those moments, don't chase happiness. Build it. Through habits. Through discipline. Through consistency. Through choosing progress over comfort. Push yourself to take small wins seriously. Drink water. Clean your space. Move your body. Finish one task. Say one prayer. These are not insignificant acts. They are anchors. They remind your nervous system that you are still in control of something. Hard times often isolate. You feel misunderstood, unseen, alone in your experience. But isolation is a lie hardship tells. Someone else has walked this road. Someone else has survived this feeling. And someone else will be strengthened by your story if you don't give up now. Happiness is also humility. It is accepting that you don't have all the answers. That it's okay to not be okay. As long as you don't stay there. That growth is messy. That healing is not linear. That setbacks do not erase progress. Push yourself to speak life over your future, even when your present looks unconvincing. Your words matter. The way you talk about your life shapes how you experience it. If you constantly declare defeat, your mind will follow. If you speak resilience, your spirit will rise to meet it. There is a dangerous myth that happiness comes after everything is fixed. That once the bills are paid, the wounds healed, the relationships restored, then you can finally be happy. But happiness postponed becomes happiness denied. Life is lived now. Not later. You are allowed to find joy even while healing. You are allowed to smile even while rebuilding. You are allowed to believe even while waiting. Hardship does not disqualify happiness. It refines it. Push yourself to remember who you were before the pain tried to redefine you. Remember your values, your faith, your fire. Hard seasons do not erase identity. They test it. And what survives the test is what truly matters. This chapter is not meant to be easy. It is meant to make you wiser, steadier, and stronger. And one day, you will look back and realize that the happiness you fought for during the hardest days became the foundation for the peace you now live in. At some point in life, you realize that no one is coming to rescue you from your own mind. People may support you, encourage you, pray for you, and stand beside you, but the daily battle, the one that determines whether you rise or sink, happens internally. And that is where pushing yourself to be happy becomes a personal responsibility, not a luxury. Hardship has a way of shrinking your world. Your vision narrows. Your focus turns inward. You begin measuring life by what you lack instead of what remains. This is not because you are weak, it is because pain demands attention. But if you are not careful, pain will also demand obedience. Happiness is the refusal to obey suffering's command to give up. You must train yourself to see beyond the moment. Temporary pain always tries to convince you that it is permanent. Temporary setbacks speak with the confidence of finality. but nothing that grows is comfortable, and nothing that lasts is built without resistance. Push yourself to anchor your happiness in something deeper than circumstance. Circumstances are unstable. They change without warning. They do not ask permission. But values, faith, and purpose remain when everything else shifts. When happiness is rooted in who you are rather than what is happening, it becomes unshakable. There will be times when you feel emotionally exhausted, where even optimism feels like work. On those days, simplify. Happiness does not require big breakthroughs. It requires survival with dignity. It requires choosing not to betray yourself. It requires showing up in small, faithful ways. Do not romanticize sadness. There is nothing noble about staying broken. Pain can teach you, but it should not become your home. Growth demands that you eventually stand up, wipe your face, and move forward, even if you move slowly, even if you move scared. Push yourself to let go of what you cannot control. Control is a heavy burden. When you cling to outcomes, happiness becomes fragile. When you surrender outcomes and commit to effort, peace becomes possible. You do your part. You trust the rest. Comparison will try to steal your happiness during hard times. You will look around and see others moving ahead while you feel stuck. You will question your timing, your worth, your direction. But life is not a race with a single finish line. It is a calling with different paths. Their progress does not delay yours. Happiness grows when you stop punishing yourself for being human. You will make mistakes. You will misjudge people. You will choose wrong at times. That does not make you a failure. It makes you experienced. Learn. Adjust.